Grüezi. Can you say Grüezi? That's how you greet someone in the Swiss German language. Welcome to Patrika's Little Star Cafe, facts that are fast, fun, and keep you happy. Today is Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. That's a lot of 20s. And here are today's matters for chatter. That there's a small enclave on the Italian-Swiss border that actually belongs to Italy, but is surrounded all over by Swiss land and lake. Well, it was run by Italy, but used Swiss francs and even transportation. Recently, on January 1st, it was given back to Italy though, so it's become difficult to get supplies for it as it's cut off from the rest of the country. Although people live here by choice, there are some not-so-pleasant enclaves on the borders of other countries where people are stuck. They want to be in one country, but belong to another. Number 2, entertainment has changed during this lockdown. It's mostly on a screen and requires an internet connection. The famous reality show, American Idol, has finally reached its finale, but in a different way this time. Both its judges and the contestants are in quarantine, and they were all supplied equipment and even extras like confetti by the organizers. This has led reality show organizers to rethink about what next. Having huge crowds for auditions is obviously not an option, at least for a while. So will auditions be done at home now? Number 3, the famous Globe Theatre in London is on the verge of shutting down. Although it only opened a few years ago, it's facing challenges because it didn't get any government funding and it relies on the visitors to keep it running. This theatre is a replica of the famous Globe Theatre in Southwark, London, where Shakespeare's plays were originally staged. The Globe Theatre in London is asking for help because it not only attracts tourists, but also because it considers art and culture to be an important part of life. And now for today's mega matter. As Europe and now most of the world plans to ease lockdowns and open for business, so will places where people go to worship like temples, churches, and mosques. But it will be necessary to take all required measures like social distancing. Won't that be a different experience though? For instance, Pope Francis also opened up St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican, and everyone wore masks. And will opening a business though undo all the losses? Probably not, so countries like Spain are looking at a universal basic income for a certain category of people. Finland has tried that too, but it didn't really slow down unemployment. Italy, however, did this, but with training people, which is very important, because if you teach people a skill, it'll help them for a very long time. As they say, if you feed a man fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach him how to fish, you feed him for life. Today's word of the day is actually French, but we use it in the English language as well. It's called joie de vivre. That's your joy for life. And finally, for today's quote of the day, a life without cause is a life without effect. That's a quote by Barbarella. Thank you for listening, and do send us your questions and comments via WhatsApp, or you can email us at diptyanti@gmail.com. Take care, lots of love, Dipti Auntie. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, do you know how loved you are?